I don't think this is about Democrats versus Republicans. I don't think it's about right versus left. I think that fight is over and it's too small. There's a larger battle that is way bigger than that. It's us versus the brainwash. You know, if nothing was real before Trump was elected, it's not going to change. But some people didn't buy it, and they had a superpower, and that superpower was their ability to see what was true. They understood that nothing in the media is real. It just so happens that Trump supporters, they reached that conclusion first because they became the target of lies and hoaxes. They were red-pilled before the Kamala supporters. And that will happen later. I talked about the Gelman effect, the amnesia effect last week. That's when a person who normally trusts the media finds them untrustworthy on topics they understand. So a doctor might trust everything he reads on the front page, except that piece on medical insurance, because he knows that's BS. Because when you know a topic, then suddenly you see the media for what it is. And that's what happened to Trump supporters after they read articles about Trump supporters. Wait, if they say that I'm a racist or a militant, what are they lying about everywhere else? Turns out everything. Because right now, this week, when you go outside, you got to look really hard for post-election outrage. I mean, we have to look for it. It's on The View, Kimmel, MSNBC, but go outside, everything's calm, mainly because the American public spoke definitively. There's no gray area here. You can no longer act like you rule. We spent many years with a tiny segment of elite society that tricked the world into thinking they were the majority while pushing marginal beliefs, trans beliefs. You know, 10 voices on Twitter pretended to be 10,000 and we bought it. Well, no one's buying it anymore. We were actually the majority. We probably were all along. We were just too scared. So the calm that you're seeing right now is evidence that the hysteria portrayed by the media is no longer taken seriously. America got red-pilled. Now, the rest of us have to take a lot of these Kamala supporters and show them how they were tricked as well. Show them the Fine People hoax. You know, sit them down. Go like, this is what they said. This is the truth. That's the tentpole of all hoaxes. So the first step is to gently show people how every major anti-Trump story was a narrative created in reverse. That's why this, you know, when you talked about the media looking at immigration, that doesn't matter. No one's buying it. No one is listening to MSNBC, CNN, reading the New York. That shit is done.
You know, and the whole thing is so crazy. We need to be a safe country. First obligation of America is to protect its citizens. And these people are just noise in the wind. They don't matter. America has spoken. The majority have spoken. We don't want it. Deal with it.
It is pretty impressive how we're already seeing results, and he hasn't even started the transition, Greg.
Yeah, the debit card story is proof that the thought of Trump gets results. It's like, you know, when your parents go away for the weekend, so you throw a kegger. But when the adults come home, you better start cleaning up the mess, because if you don't, there will be hell to pay. And I think that's the way the Trump effect is. I think after Trump won, the EU just said they're buying oil from America over Russia. I wonder why. The moment the guy wins, all of a sudden, mysteriously, the bad stuff starts going away. You know, the Latino district that voted for Trump by 75%, also voted for Clinton by a huge margin. I guess that's misogyny too. I don't know. I think Joy Reid has completely lost her crap. The Latino vote is a great example, again, of a media narrative failing to have any effect on an inoculated population. The narrative stipulated that this joke by Tony Hinchcliffe was going to turn Latinos against Trump. Trump gets what? 45% of the Latino vote, the majority of men, largest in recent history. The Democrats somehow assumed that Latinos, they can't take a joke, right? They also assumed people had no other concerns, you know, besides a joke. Maybe for elite Latinos on X, you know, who don't have to worry about crime or inflation or the economy or immigration, they can get upset about a joke. But nobody bought that narrative. And I go back to what I said before. It's not about left or right anymore. It's about how the news creates narratives to brainwash you, and it's not happening.